Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome, Tarot Ohana, to Empress Moon Tarot 777. I am truly appreciative of your presence up here today. Whether you've been with me for a short period of time or you've been with me for years, your presence as part of the community here, as part of the soul family, is what makes it a community. And thank you so very much for being a part of that. Capricorn, if you are brand new to my channel, thank you so very much for popping in. Up here, we blend all things tarot, astrology, and spiritual in nature. Would hate for you to miss a transmission, so be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button down below so that you can stay connected on all the upcoming content. I do zodiac reads twice a week. Be sure to check the schedule by looking at the banner for the actual YouTube channel, and you'll see when your videos come up. All right, Capricorn, I have already pre-shuffled our deck and we are going to get started. But before we do have a winner of today's comment contest. If you would like to be entered into a drawing to potentially win a 1-card tarot reading at the end of the next Capricorn video, be sure to comment down below in this video to be entered. All right, my darlings, we are using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. They have been pre-shuffled. Let's go ahead and let's get our Oracle card for Capricorn. Ooh, resistance. What are you resisting? What are you resisting? Or what is resisting you? Let's see what we've got. We're going to be using our 8-coin tattoo tarot. This is a deck that I used very exclusively back in 2018 and 19 when I first started the channel. And so many of you who have been with me that long are very familiar with this deck. Those of you that are not, this will be your first introduction. We have the Magician, the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the Emperor, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Coins. Your overall energy is that of the 7 of Cups. Okay. Resistance there is. It looks like you're resisting a relationship, or if not a relationship, when we have the Hierophant speaks of traditional scenarios, right? So traditional work, could be school, could be working for a corporation, right? Now, oftentimes working for a corporation is so much different than working for a mom and pop shop, right? So it could be the fact that maybe you don't want to work with corporate America. You want to work for yourself. So you could be resisting going and finding a job, that's 9 to 5. Maybe you want to work from home. This could also be you resisting a relationship. I mean, we definitely see that with the 7 of Cups, it's like there's so many potential options out there for you that you don't really know exactly what you want just yet, Capricorn. Or maybe you have an idea, but you're not sure how to make it happen. So there seems to be this focus on so many options. What do you do, right? So many potential directions that delight you, because this is a card of temptation in this particular deck. So many potential directions that delight you. So are you really willing to settle for one direction or another, right? So there could be that focus there as well. Now, the Emperor is about taking control of your life. The Emperor is about formulating a plan for the future in this particular reading. We see with the Magician that you're ready for a new journey. The Magician comes right after the Fool, right after that leap of faith. But there's the I don't know what to do. You have the 2 of Swords. I don't know what to do about this new direction. I don't know what to do about moving forward towards a new job. I don't know what to do about moving forward towards a new relationship. So there's a lot of don't knows and what ifs, and making the wrong decision could be bad. So there's this kind of stuck state about making a decision regarding your future, regarding a new movement, regarding a new direction. this particular card here at the very bottom is showing me a sense of restlessness today. So Capricorn, I'm seeing a restless energy with regards to needing to make a change, needing to change your life in some strong way. And the restlessness is adding to this sense of resistance. So this feeling of restlessness, it's like you want to get going, you want to get moving, but yet you remain stuck. You remain unable to move forward right now, unable to move forward. And so it's causing a tremendous amount of stress with the Four of Swords. You may be losing a lot of sleep. You may be burning the midnight oil, trying to figure out, okay, what do you do from here? What do you do? Well, for some of you, this is relationship. It feels more business and work related to me. Like the energy feels that, like for most of you Capricorns, the energy is feeling more of a work angst, shall we say, like this kind of like needing to find new work or needing to explore a new career path, or once again, it's kind of like the resistance of going into a 9-to-5 and wanting to be an entrepreneur, or the resistance of going to work for corporate America and wanting to stay in a mom and pop shop. There's a sense of struggle here, because it's like, well, what do you do? I feel like many of you are wanting a career shift, a career change, like an absolute change. Like where, for instance, let's say you're in, I don't know, accounting, but now you want to be working with people. And so it would be a drastic shift, a drastic change. But yet, in order to do that, it may require you to either take a step down or take a step back, or to go from working at home, shall we say, to no longer having remote or hybrid to having to go into an office. And so in this space, there's confusion, because it's like, well, do I really want that? But yet you feel restless where you're at. You feel like things just aren't quite going your way. Now, if that's romantic in nature, you may be feeling very restless in a romantic connection, and there's a resistance to moving towards commitment, and somebody else is saying, hey, I want commitment, but you're going, ooh, gosh, yeah, that stresses me out. No, not quite ready for that. Not ready for that. But there's this intense sense of stress and strain about making the shift, making this change. And I think that Capricorn, the reason we're seeing that is because there's so many possibilities. There's so many options. It's like you really need to narrow it down, right? So you're casting this net like wide and far, but Spirit is saying, no. We need to narrow that down, right? None of this like, oh, I want to go in all these different directions. Instead, they're saying, narrow it down. Choose one. Because if you don't, you're going to continue to burn the midnight oil trying to figure it out. Choose a direction and start moving in that direction. I feel that there is going to be, so you're definitely in this place of not really knowing what's going to make you most happy, what's going to bring the most amount of balance. But what I do feel, Capricorn, is coming is some sort of wisdom, some sort of communication. So this could be wisdom received by doing research online, right? It could be wisdom received by talking to a mentor, wisdom received by talking to a colleague, wisdom received by talking to your spouse, talking to your partner, talking to your boyfriend, girlfriend, talking to a friend. Some sort of wisdom comes through conversation or research that makes everything clear to you, Capricorn. I mean, this is the epiphany that lights the way forward. look at all the rays of light, right? That sure epiphany that says, okay, this is it. This is the decision. This is the direction. This is where you're going. And it comes through wisdom. Wisdom from a friend, wisdom from a loved one, wisdom from a mentor, wisdom from online. It all becomes clear to you, and the decision gets made, right? The decision will be made. So I do see there will be a brilliant idea or a brilliant epiphany that moves you towards this new career movement. I really feel like it's career, and maybe one or two of you, it'll be relationship, but the energy feels, I've read cards for 30 years now, 32 years now. And as such, the energy feels very career focused. And so I feel like this is career for the majority of you Capricorns, all right? So hang tight. It's coming. If you've been wanting to make a career switch, it's on the horizon. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. The epiphany is coming. It's just on the horizon, all right? It's just around the corner. Don't lose hope. All right, my dear Capricorns, that's what I have for you for today. Now let's see who your winner is for your one card tarot reading. And I do believe it is PP33CC, who said, this is so on point for my daughter. So the last Capricorn reading was so on point for her daughter. And let's see what Spirit wants for her today. All right, my dear. I hope you are doing well. I know you are several hours ahead of me, like 14 to be exact. Let's see what we have for you, which means that your readings are actually usually the day after. All right, my dear. What message do you have for her, please? Ooh, this is interesting. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so the Seven of Swords in the reverse I actually like. In a way. So usually when the Seven of Swords in the reverse comes up, if somebody has been speaking badly about you, they get their just due, right? Like they are found out. It's recognized that they're not telling the truth. And they're the ones that end up hurting in the long run from it. The Seven of Swords can also be you choosing not to walk away from somebody who may have spoken badly about you or may have lied to you in some way. And this is you choosing to give that person another chance. So there is also, that potential energy that comes in here. But when we see a card of deception coming up in the reverse, it often indicates some sort of truth will prevail, right? The truth always prevails. And people don't realize they can't keep up their lies forever. They can't keep up gossiping and lying forever because it comes back to bite them in the arse, right? So we see this energy where you become vindicated as a result of somebody getting caught in their own trap, right? With the Seven of Swords could also be the fact that, maybe you're needing to plan, sit down, strategize, and plan on something, but you're having trouble actually doing that. You're having trouble, maybe muddled thinking or unable to see your way forward or feeling really, really stuck, not knowing how to release yourself from an energy in order to actually sit down and strategize for the future. So if you've been in need of strategizing for the future and really planning out some aspect of the future that's coming up, let's say like planning a trip, planning a job change, planning, a move, whatever the case may be, this is you being in that state where actually taking those actions is becoming a struggle and a trial for you. This can also be where you know somebody's been treating you badly, but you're having trouble walking away from that person, having trouble leaving it behind and letting it get to you instead. And if that's the case, then this is saying, hey, you need to find that inner strength within you to choose you and to choose you above others who may be treating you badly. With the Seven of Swords in the upright, we usually have someone walking away from people who are gossiping, people who are toxic, people who are a struggle. You might be dealing with some toxic people with this in the reverse, where you need to deal with them in order to have your own sense of peace and tranquility, right? So there may be a need for you to kind of take a step away from some people in your life who are placing burdens on you so that you could gain a sense of inner peace. So if you're dealing with anybody like that, just know, it's important for you to focus on self-care right now and focus on self. Now, if that's not the case and you're not dealing with anything of that nature, then we see this from the planning perspective. And we see this from the need to look at some aspect of your life to make some changes, plan and strategize how to get forward. That could be finances, that could be home routines, that could be your home, that could be moving, that could be dealing with, a family member, dealing with somebody who's not been treating you right. So any number of things this particular card can involve. Now, in this particular deck, we have a raven. And ravens, I think of Hunan and Munin, the two ravens of Odin. So, from Norwegian mythology, Hunan and Munin were Odin's ravens that he would send out to bring back the messages, the secrets that people kept when they were dying, right? They would bring back their secrets. They would bring back messages that they overheard, right? So Hunan and Munin were always looking out for Odin, letting them know ahead of time of something. So it could be that a truth gets exposed to you, but maybe you do nothing about it just yet. You hold it within because you know that you just heard something you weren't supposed to hear. Maybe you hear a secret. Maybe you hear something that is important for you to know for future movement, but maybe not important to bring up in the present moment, right? So it could be that you discover something or something gets revealed to you. Ravens can also be a message of rebirth or a message of something coming back to light. So it's possible you may receive a message from somebody you never thought you'd ever hear from again. And maybe because they may have treated you badly in the past, or they may have ghosted, or they may have cut you off. But suddenly you receive a message from this person and you go, what do I do here? You don't have to do anything. It's just a card of letting you know that may happen, and just to be prepared in case it does. So you're not blown in the wind by it. You can choose what to do about the message later, but a message may come in from somebody quite unexpected. All right, my dear, that's what I have for you in your one card tarot reading. I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day. As always, everyone, love and light to you. If you want to be considered for the comment drawing for the one card tarot reading, be sure to comment down below. I'll be choosing a winner in the very next Capricorn reading, which will be this Friday. The reading will be on Friday. I will be taking a winner on Friday. So be sure to comment between now and then. All right, my darlings, love and light to you. If you need a personal reading, visit oceanmoonflower.com. If you're interested in our 3 tiers of membership for the channel, take a look at that up here on the channel, and I shall see you again soon. Love and light to you. Mahalo nui loa. Kiss, kiss. And ta-ta for now.